Hello again, everybody. This is Marvelous Mark with your Smackdown review for December 14th, 2012. And at the end of this video, I also plan to give you my predictions on the TLC pay-per-view, which is going on Sunday night. So, with that in mind, we'll get going with the Smackdown review now, shall we? Alright, so the show kicked off with... You saw at the announce table, Josh Matthews and JBL were there, and you had Sheamus on the side of JBL, and you had Antonio Cesaro on the side of Josh Matthews, which only meant one thing, that we're starting off with a match. We're starting off with a match between the World Heavyweight Champion, The Big Show, and R-Truth non-title. There's a part in the match where Sheamus got on and shoved Cesaro back in his chair after it looked like he was going to go after Truth, after Big Show bounced him off the ropes and he fell down to the outside. It was a pretty short match. Show went over with the KO punch. But that's not the big story here. What happened afterwards is that Show was kind of getting into the face of Sheamus and Cesaro, after he got pushed back in his chair earlier on. He throws Sheamus into Big Show, and you would think with the no contact order of any kind, well, you'd think the chairs match at TLC would be canceled now, wouldn't you? But no, because once they got back from the commercial, Show ran into Booker T in the backstage area, and that wasn't what he saw, dog. What I saw was like you got pushed into him, so the match is still on. Okay, then next we have one of my favorite characters in WWE right now, one of the only characters I really give a shit about, and that's the intellectual savior of the masses, one Damien Sandow. And the last few weeks he's been looking for his apprentice, but it's been trying to find a needle in a haystack, as it were. So, with that in mind, he introduces his best friend and his tag team partner, the mustachioed one, Cody Rhodes. And so there's a tag team match with the Rhodes Scholars against the Usos. And, well, the Rhodes Scholars won, as you would expect. Although they had to resort to shenanigans to do it, and Sandow grabbed the trunks, and they won the match, and that's about it. Then you see David Otunga in the backstage area reading over that contract for that chairs match at TLC between Show and Sheamus, and Big Show comes up to him, and then Otunga just basically saying that, you got an excellent point here. I don't see anything why this match shouldn't be called off. So we're gonna go to the ring and plead our case. And so while they do that, they're gonna demand that the chairs match be canceled, along with having Booker T removed as the general manager. So Sheamus comes back into the ring, and he's got a chair and says, if you're gonna cancel the match, what's stopping me from kicking your arse right now? And then Big Show just kind of meekly gets out of the ring saying, hey. I didn't see the match. The match is back on. So he gets out of the ring, and who hasn't wanted to do this in their lifetime? Bro kick a lawyer. And that's what Sheamus does to David Otunga. Even though he is my team captain this year at least for about another month or so. But still, who wouldn't want to bro kick a lawyer? I mean, seriously. Even if it is David Otunga. Well, Matt Striker was going to have an interview with the Viper himself, Mr. RKO, Randy Orton. But he got taken out by the Shield. You know, there was an injustice on Monday night. I mean, let's face it. Randy Orton had taken out the Maddox. That's right. Old beef moan himself, Brad Maddox. And And what the Shield did on Monday night, they righted an injustice, as it were, because Randy Orton should not have been in there with a man such as Brad Maddox, and just to further, I mean, just to right the injustice even more, they took him out again right before the interview started. So I applaud you, Shield. Oh, and there was a Divas match. It was Caitlyn and Oksana. Caitlyn won. That's all. Okay, well, your 1 hour main event is Miz TV, along with the WWE Tag Team Champions Team Hell No. And when they Miz asked Daniel Bryan how he felt about their attack on them. It's like from Monday night, and it's like, who are you, Oprah? I thought that was pretty good, but it's nice that they still talked about their anger management issues or whatever, like their anger management classes. It's nice to know that something still ties into this story, but it's like because of what the Shield has done, is that Kane and Daniel Bryan are finally on the same page, and that's bad news for everybody else. And they're gonna enjoy every bit of. And are they gonna enjoy every bit of what they do to the Shield? Yes. Well, when they ask for mercy, are they gonna give them none? No. But then you see the Shield appear on the Titantron with another one of those handheld videos, and you know, it's kind of the same old thing that you see, and it's like, you know, want to know what happens when you challenge the Shield? Just look at what happened to Randy Orton. Well, Randy Orton had it coming after going after the Maddox, but be that as it may, they do agree on one thing, that why wait till Sunday? So they end up starting up at one of the sky boxes, and they end up coming down. Then you hear Ryback's music, and he comes down to the ring, and then the Shield backs off. So I think it's going to be really interesting to see what happens on Sunday night in this match, considering this is going to be the Shield's first official WWE match. So I think it should be a good one. Oh, then you get a nice little random 8-man tag team match. Conley and Hornswoggle, along with Gabriel and Kidd, against the PT Piers and Primo and Epico. Oh, Lord. Kidd ends up getting the win over Epico, so they win, and then they end up getting attacked at the end. Kidd and Gabriel get attacked by Primo and Epico. It's like, are we having a kind of a semblance of a mid-card tag team feud? That'd be a novel concept, I guess. But since when did Natalya turn face, by the way? It's like the Divas. Seems like the Divas can turn heel or face at the drop of a hat. See Alicia Fox. Now then we get another match that we've seen a hell of a lot of times before. Kofi Kingston against ADR, except this time Kofi actually goes over in this match, which is surprising because he hasn't gone over ADR too many times. But then after the match, Barrett comes down full bore and tries to attack Kofi from behind, and he ends up getting hit with Trouble in Paradise. Gee. After seeing that, you'd almost have to think maybe Barrett's going to go over at TLC for the IC title, but you know, that might not happen either. But I will go over that in my TLC review later on. So, and then they showed the Raw Rebound. They devoted a whole segment to this AJ Cena scandal, if you will. Well, along with Ziggler and Vicky and that, but you know, wouldn't this be really funny if AJ and Ziggler have been in cahoots all along? You know, I could really see this happening, and nobody will have seen it coming except for people like myself. All right, so then you got your main event, Sheamus against Antonio Cesaro. This is actually a big spot for Cesaro. I mean, yeah, he's been the U.S. champion for a while, but they haven't really done anything to really make you give a shit about him. But hey, but evidently somebody in WWE is starting to take notice of him because they're putting him in a. This is a pretty big spot for him going up against probably your number one babyface on the show, on Smackdown, and Sheamus. So, and Cesaro actually ended up winning this match by countout because of Big Show bringing out William Regal to the ramp area, and of course Sheamus comes up to try to ward off Big Show against nailing Regal, but that didn't happen because Regal got hit in the back with a chair by Big Show, and that just basically ends the show right there. So I guess that's a segment that I guess it needed to do something, I guess. So, well, let's go home. SmackDown and didn't really do a whole hell of a lot to build towards the pay-per-view itself. I mean, with the exception of maybe the segment of Team Hell No and the Shield and that, but I mean, I guess with Big Show and Sheamus, I guess it built it a little bit more. But other than that, it's like it's a pretty blah show if you ask me. But anyway, I'm gonna now jump into my TLC preview now. So here we go with that. Okay, the YouTube pre-show match is a Santa's Helper #1 contender Diva Battle Royal. Do I really care who wins this match? No. They took AJ was originally supposed to be in this match, but I think they took her out because obviously you would have to think she's going to have some bearing on what happens in the Cena Ziggler Money in the Bank match. So. But as far as who wins this, I could really give a shit less. Okay, #1 contenders for the tag team titles, Rey and Sin Cara against the Rhodes Scholars. Now that Cody's back off of his low injury that he suffered in the match against Kane a few weeks ago, I have no reason to think that the Rhodes Scholars are not going to be the #1 contenders for the titles. So I do see them winning in this match, so that's just what I think. Okay, U.S. title match. We have seen this a couple times now, but Antonio Cesaro defends once again against R-Truth. I think they're starting to make Cesaro seem more of a big deal, so I have no reason to think that he's not going to go over in this match. So I think Cesaro will retain. It should be a pretty good match, I would think. I mean the storyline isn't really that good, but I think the match itself could be at least fairly decent. So, but I think Cesaro is going to retain. Okay, then the IC title match between Kofi Kingston and Wade Barrett. I'm kind of leaning one or two ways on this. I'm thinking maybe Kofi would go over just because Barrett deserves better than the IC title, but on the other hand, maybe Barrett should go over in this match, and I think he should. Granted, I do think that Barrett is better than the IC title. I think he should be maybe not be in the #1 contender for the world title yet, but I think he should be being pushed up to that level. But I could see this match going either way. But I think Barrett will end up walking out of the Barclays Center as the new Intercontinental Champion. Okay, the chairs match for the World Heavyweight Championship, it's still on between the champion Big Show and against Sheamus. I think Big Show will retain in this match somehow, some way. I think it's gonna be a pretty brutal match, and I don't mean brutal in the sense that it's gonna be hard to watch. I mean it's gonna be pretty physical, I think. And if Sheamus were to win this match, could Ziggler possibly cash in Money in the Bank on him? If that were to happen, then I think that the Cena Ziggler match, well, obviously that would probably end up being for the World Heavyweight title, and there will be no Money in the Bank briefcase involved. So I think it'd be interesting to see if Ziggler were to cash in on the winner of the shares match. So okay, John Cena against Dolph Ziggler in a ladder match for the Money in the Bank World Heavyweight Championship contract. As I said before, if say that Ziggler were to cash in on the winner of the chairs match, whether it be Big Show or Sheamus, could this end up being a World Heavyweight title match against Cena? And if that's the case, I think they've really dropped the ball with Ziggler on this. I mean, yeah, he's been the Money in the Bank holder for a few months now, and yeah, he has tried to cash it in a few times, and he's been rebuffed every time. But this could end up being a big night for Ziggler. I mean, say if he were to cash in the Money in the Bank and win the world title, and then actually go on to beat Cena, that could be one of Ziggler's biggest nights in his career in WWE. But something else tells me that if that were to happen, I would almost think that Cena would win the world title, and then which would set up Rock against Punk at the Royal Rumble, where Rock would beat CM Punk to win the WWE title, and then you get Cena Rock 2 at WrestleMania, and you combine the WWE and the World Heavyweight Championships into one world title. And I think that would do more damage to Ziggler than anything else. I think he almost has to beat John Cena in this match. I mean, whether Vicky gets involved on his behalf, or say that AJ turns heel, and it turns out she's been helping Ziggler all along, and maybe hit Cena in the family jewels or something. But I think they could go a number of different ways with this. But I think Ziggler needs to win this match. I really think he does. And what you would presume would be the main event, if it's not Cena against Ziggler, and that would be the TLC match, which was originally scheduled to be Ryback against CM Punk, but due to CM Punk's injury, he's out of the match. So we have a 6-man match between Ryback and Team Hell No, the tag team champions, against the first appearance by the Shield of Dean Ambrose, Roman Reigns, and Seth Rollins, who does hail from Davenport, Iowa. I don't hail from Davenport, Iowa, but I'm from Iowa, so hey. But as far as this match goes, I mean, the way that they've been building up the Shield to be just running roughshod over everybody, kind of like Nexus 2.0, hopefully they have more of a long-term program for the Shield, more than what they had for the Nexus 2 years ago. So one would have to think that the Shield's going to go over in this match, and that's what I think. But they're not going to go over on Ryback, because I just don't see that happening. It's either going to be on Kane, or it's going to be on Daniel Bryan. If the Shield wins that match, if they do win, it's going to be over on one of them. So that's what I think about on Sunday night's pay-per-view for TLC. Let me know what you think down below. And excuse me, I'm still fighting. I've almost gotten over my cold here, but just let me know your predictions down below, and let me know what you think. And I am Marvelous Mark, and I'm signing off for now, and I will talk to you later. Bye.